What happens when distance doesn't just separate bodies, but hearts, minds, and even purpose? What if love feels alive, but breathes through a ventilator of unmet needs and emotional contradictions? Today on Melodic Minds, we're diving deep into the psychological soul of ICU by Coco Jones, a song that doesn't just tell a story of heartbreak, but whispers truth about codependency, longing, emotional imprisonment, and the emotional ICU we place ourselves in when love both heals and hurts. This isn't just a breakup song, it's a psychological autopsy of emotional attachment. Let's peel back the harmonies, the hidden cries in her vocal runs, and the raw symbolism laced in every verse and chorus. The song title ICU acts as a layered double entendre. On the surface, it stands for I see you, a statement of awareness, vulnerability, and emotional recognition. But look deeper. Photonically, ICU mirrors intensive care unit, a powerful metaphor that Coco uses throughout the track. Emotionally, she's in a critical condition. Her love is on life support, and while she sees him, truly sees him, she's also stuck in this metaphorical hospital room, trying to revive a connection that may never breathe on its own again. This double meaning sets the tone for the entire song. It's not just about heartbreak, it's about emotional triage. She's observing the deteriorating connection like a doctor who can't walk away from a fading patient. She becomes both the nurse and the one needing care. In the first verse, Coco Jones sings, "Something about your hands on my body feels better than any man I ever met." Right away, Coco introduced us to physical intimacy as a binding agent, but here's the psychological thread. She isn't just talking about touch, she's alluding to imprint. Psychologically, when someone makes you feel safe or seen in moments of vulnerability, your body stores that memory. The nervous system remembers. That's why letting go becomes less about logic and more about physiology. Her body misses him as much as her heart does. She acknowledges that he's better than any man she's ever met. Yet throughout the song, she wrestles with the emotional dissonance of wanting to stay with someone who doesn't align with her growth. This opens the door to attachment theory, specifically anxious preoccupied attachment. She feels deeply, loves hard, and fears abandonment. Even when she knows the relationship isn't sustainable, she's haunted by the illusion of what they could be. In the chorus, Coco sings, "Maybe I just feel lost without you, and maybe I'm just pissed off without you. Baby, my life's just off without you." The repetition here reflects emotional looping, a cognitive process where the mind recycles the same thoughts in search of clarity but only becomes more entangled. Her use of maybe illustrates emotional uncertainty. She questions her own pain, which is a hallmark of psychological gaslighting, sometimes even self-inflicted. The chorus is her internal tug-of-war. Am I truly in love or just addicted to the emotional highs and lows this relationship brings me? Is this love or is this trauma bonding? Saying my life's just off without you represents a lack of emotional individuation. She hasn't meshed her identity with this relationship. In psychological terms, she is experiencing self-concept diffusion, losing sight of who she is without him. In the second verse, Coco Jones sings, "Ain't no way I'm gonna let you down, 'cause if I ain't you, it's all for nothing." This is a lyrical red flag wrapped in emotional vulnerability. She's bargaining. It echoes survivor's guilt and emotional martyrdom. Her sense of worth becomes tied to saving a relationship, even if she suffers for it. The song uses this line to show how love turns sacrificial when fear of abandonment overrides self-respect. The tone here subtly implies obligation, not passion. She doesn't want to let him down, but it's unclear if that's due to love or a fear of being seen as a failure. In love dynamics, this is known as emotional caregiving overload, when one partner becomes the emotional lifeline of the relationship, which creates an unhealthy power imbalance. In the bridge, Coco Jones sings, "And I know you ain't proud of me. I guess I'm not who I used to be." Time is weaponized in the bridge. She reflects on how her growth has pulled her away from the relationship. This is where the symbolism of personal evolution emerges. She's acknowledging that her own metamorphosis has disrupted the emotional ecosystem they shared. She's no longer compatible with a past version of herself that tolerated his love. It becomes a meditation on identity grief, mourning the versions of ourselves that existed solely to make a relationship work. And the line, "I know you ain't proud of me," cuts deep. It shows the toxicity of performing for approval. She's trying to win love by staying small. That's a psychological form of emotional shrinking, where a person subconsciously stunts their growth to maintain harmony in dysfunctional dynamics. Let's talk about her delivery. Coco's voice trembles, soars, and swells with pain. Her vocal technique mimics the waves of grief, much like Kubler-Ross stages: denial, bargaining, anger, depression, and acceptance. She never truly lands on resolution, mirroring the cyclical nature of heartbreak. Every note becomes an emotional MRI, revealing what the lyrics might not say directly. Her use of falsetto, breathy pauses, and soaring belts aren't just musical decisions, they're emotional confessions. Her voice cracks in places where her psyche is fracturing. It's a perfect marriage between artistic vulnerability and psychological release. Ultimately, ICU is less a place and more a state of being. Coco Jones is emotionally hospitalized, trapped between her love for someone and the toll that love has taken on her mental health. The title could easily be read as "I see you," but also as "I see me" in critical condition. She's the patient, she's the doctor, she's the diagnosis. And that's the haunting beauty of the song. It's not about healing, it's about confronting the wound and deciding whether love is the medicine or the poison. In ICU, Coco Jones gives us more than a love song. She gives us a mirror. It reflects the quiet desperation many feel when love, identity, and timing don't align. It challenges us to ask, how often do we stay in emotional ICUs trying to revive relationships that have flatlined? The song's brilliance lies in its duality, both soft and devastating, romantic yet sobering. Through every breathy confession and emotional metaphor, Coco Jones shows us the cost of staying connected to someone we're meant to release. And maybe, just maybe, the most loving thing you can do for someone and yourself is to see them, say goodbye, and walk out of the ICU into your healing. If you enjoyed this psychological breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and comment your favorite line from ICU song, and subscribe for more soul deep dives into music's most vulnerable moments. Until next time, stay in tune with your mind and your melody.